All right, welcome to this evening's special called meeting. We will start and let the record show we're starting at 6:57, and we will have our moment of silent prayer for our invocation, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand with me. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our October 11th special call meeting. The first order of business is the adoption of the agenda.
Okay, at this time, is there a motion to adopt the agenda?
So moved.
Is there a second? I'll second the motion. Any questions? Those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous. Right, first agenda item is going to be the benefits mix for retirees only. Ms. Ambles.
Board, I would like to make a statement that I am so privileged and happy to be able to serve as the HR director, and I am really grateful for the opportunity to come before this board on several occasions for our employees and retirees. Piggybacking off the presentation that I previously gave, in regards to the 2023 retiree medical, we are requesting that the board approve for 2023 Kaiser Senior Advantage at a cost of $594,397. Also to approve 2023 Aetna Medicare Advantage at a cost of $849,408 for a total county cost for 2023 of $1,443,805.
All right, is there a motion? I'll make the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Who second? Commissioner Davis second the motion. Are there any questions?
Yes.
Commissioner Franklin.
Shouldn't we also be looking at not only voting on this, but are we not going to vote on the actual cost to each retiree? Because if there's a savings, this information doesn't provide us how the savings is going to be broken out. Do we pass all the savings along to what the county pays? Are we going to break the savings up to where we're going to lower the cost that the retiree pays? There's just still missing information.
That's a very good question, Commissioner Franklin. The county cost is 72%. We're under the cost share of 72.28. So 72% of the cost that you see there, that's the county cost. The other 28% is the retiree cost. And hold on 1 minute, I don't think I have that. It's in the other presentation. I don't think I brought the actual cost to the for the retirees, but let me make sure. Hold on 1 minute for me. Let's see, do I have that, or did I just focus on the cost? Take a look and see.
And Mr. Chair, we can vote on it separately, but
Thank you.
we can vote to continue on with Aetna, but we still have to make a decision on what the rate, at the end of the day, what is the percentage mix?
Our cost sharing model has not changed. 72% for the county. 72% for the county, 28% for the retirees. Kaiser total cost is $825,000. $552. Once again, the county cost is $594,397. The retiree cost is $231,155. For Aetna, for 2023, the total cost is $1,179,734. County cost, once again, $849,408. The retiree cost at our current cost-sharing rate is $330,326.
Commissioner. Commissioner Davis.
Yeah, kind of along the same question I asked earlier, and I think Commissioner Warner had kind of alluded to it, was getting that spreadsheet to begin to look and compare what's in there now to what existed before. And I think, Commissioner Warner, you had stated that you wanted to review that.
Franklin.
I'm sorry.
okay.
Review that, I'm sorry. Review that as well to
I
make
did
sure that
ask.
there's apple to apples, oranges to oranges, that there's nothing left out.
I did ask, but it didn't come through, and I don't want to hold it up anymore. I just think this board, we got to continue to work through the gaps. But I'm ready to vote just so that we don't hold it up any longer. And hopefully the broker can give us what we need, because you are exactly right. We want to make sure that the service is being offered. There are certain things you can carve out that your negotiations are great, but in those negotiations, they may carve out certain areas that are not covered. I see it all the time. But for the sake of us moving forward for now, I'm okay with the price, but I still need that information from the broker to see that additional information of what that goes along with this coverage. But again, board, we're seeing this, no offense, but y'all got to come to us with complete information. But we got to move forward at this point.
Did you get an answer to your question?
Yeah, it was more towards Commissioner Franklin.
Okay, I didn't know.
We
if
just
you
don't
was
have
that
it.
fam.
We're ready to move forward. I'm ready to vote.
When Commissioner Davis, to address your question, once the Board of Commissioners approve the plan, that's when we set the rates, because the rates is going to be, the rate is going to be determined on what type of plan that the employee has. So once those rates are set, then my team can provide that on the spreadsheet to the Board of Commissioners, but the rates are not going to be uniform because it's going to depend on the type of plan that you have.
Thank you.
You're
Commissioner
welcome.
Hambrick.
Yes, Ms. Amber, can we get a copy of what you have on the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Chair, I see
Commissioner Franklin.
our folks back there raising their hand. Do you want to come forward? You have information.
Well, hold on a second, ma'am. Commissioner Franklin and I have not recognized her yet. Is there,
Called you and asked, sir.
Yes, that's Miss Maureen Rosen, who does a very good job from MMA.
and she come forward to the podium, ma'am.
Mr. Chair, she's our broker. That's what
Okay, but you just can't call anybody out. I conduct the proceedings, and we're going to keep it proper and in order.
Thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
With all due respect, I just wanted to mention there was a slide.
State your name for me.
Pardon, oh, I'm sorry.
State your name.
Maureen Rosen. I'm with Marsh McLennan Agency, representing my partners in the back, my team members in the back, Jack Thompson and Tanisha Gamblin. And that presentation that was minimized at the bottom, I just saw it a moment ago. I just wanted to mention, did have a slide, the last slide, which is a financial slide that might help sum up what Director Ambles was mentioning. We did break it down by the county cost, the employee cost, and all of that is exactly as she said. It's based on the current contribution strategy of the 72-28% split. So the employee retirees would gain the same savings as the county, and it's all equaled out there. I just
And
thought
that
it was
was
a
my
good
question.
visual.
Thank you so much. That was my question.
Thank you, ma'am. Any other questions?
Yes, I want to thank Maureen for basically reiterating what I just said to the board. And I will be getting with the board to see specifically what information that the board would like to see. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Yes, Mr. Chair, I think we need to amend the motion so that we can reiterate the 72-28% split. We've always voted on it that way in the past, and this one's just missing that piece of it. So it would make me feel more comfortable in knowing that we've got a complete vote And not just a partial vote.
Well, I do believe she covered that several times within her presentation, so as far as my motion goes, I'm gonna leave it as is. Now, are there any other questions?
Yes, but you didn't mention the percentage. We're only voting on the amounts. It's not, what we see here that we're voting on, that's going to be signed, does not have the percentage in there, sir, and I just think we need to have it complete. But you know what? It's just a recommendation, because, it's just a recommendation.
Thank you, ma'am. Those in favor, aye. Aye. Opposed? It's unanimous.
Thank you.
Are you going to present this one, Mr. Reed, the special use facility?
I can.
And let me say this, item is on here because Senator Davenport is wanting to utilize, I believe it's the Black Box Theater at Flint River, and it's time sensitive. The event is October 16th, which is this Saturday, and we would not have another meeting to approve this item prior to. So please proceed, Mr. Reed.
All right, this is a request, again, from Senator Davenport to use the space at the Black Box Theater at Flint River Community Center on Sunday, October 16th from 3:15 to 5:15 p.m. for the purpose of hosting a street naming ceremony dedication for the late Jesse Blaylock, a longtime resident of Clayton County. And the request is to use the space at no charge.
All right, is there a motion? I'll make the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Franklin. Are there any questions?
What street is going to be named? What street is changing the name?
I don't think it's changing. I think it's just like a memorial section of,
It said street naming ceremony.
right.
I don't have the information for that. All I have
Okay.
is what's on the,
That's fine.
Any other questions? Those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous. Mr. Reed, is there a need for executive session?
is the board not going to hold public comment?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I jumped the gun. Madam Clerk?
My apologies. The board will now consider public comments. Citizens will have 2 minutes speaking time to speak before the Board of Commissioners. Speaking must be limited to matters on the agenda or matters over which the governing body has jurisdiction. Speakers must maintain decorous demeanor and refrain from personal attacks upon board members shouting and using obscene language. Please state your name and county of residency for the record. Please speak clearly into the microphone, and speakers should be courteous, respectful, and not make any disparaging remarks or use abusive language when addressing the board.
Lieutenant Thomas, is there a sheet back there and nobody signed up? Okay. All right, Madam Clerk, seeing that we don't have anybody signed up for public comment, we'll move to whether or not we need executive session.
Yes, a brief one on real estate
All
only.
right. Is there a motion going to executive session for real estate?
So moved.
I'll second the motion. Those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous. Have a good day, everyone.
No, you need that.
Madam Clerk, you ready? I'm ready. All right, motion to reconvene.
So moved.
I'll second the motion. Those in favor, aye. Aye. Opposed? It's unanimous. Mr. Reed.
All right, I'd like to ask the board to approve the entry of a land purchase and sale agreement for the purchase of 18.94 acres at Terra Boulevard and Old Poston Road in Jonesboro for the amount of $2.5 million, and authorize the chairman to execute the agreement and the chief financial officer to amend the budget to reflect appropriate revenue source and expenses required by the agreement.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions?
Yes.
Commissioner Hambrick.
This is not pertaining to the agreement, but I saw this big machinery out in the opening between the library and the personnel. Are we
backhoe.
still gonna be chopping up this area? If all this goes through?
Speaking of the backhoe that's backed
Yes.
up to the library.
Yes, Commissioner, the demolition permit is still in, so we're still looking to actually demo 120 and 124. That's the library as well as the old HR building.
I'll ask later.
All right. Any
Yeah.
questions that pertain to this? All right, those in favor, aye. Aye. Opposed? It's unanimous. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All right, I'll second. Those in favor, aye. Aye. Opposed? It's unanimous.